The Dallas Cowboys are projected to sign guard Tyler Smith to a record-breaking contract extension. Micah Parsons isn't the only key member of the Dallas Cowboys who is looking to sign a lucrative new deal. Offensive lineman Tyler Smith is entering year 4, and he's likely going to reset the guard market with his next contract. Smith should be in line for a market-setting deal, so I'd expect the average annual value to slightly beat Landon Dickerson's, Rohan Chakravarti of SB Nation's Blogging the Boys wrote on June 24th. As for the guarantees, I think the sweet spot will be between Dickerson's $50 million and Quentin Nelson's $60 million on his 4-year, $80 million extension with the Indianapolis Colts. Of course, there are opportunities for more guarantees with the guarantee structure, but I'd think Smith would earn somewhere in that range for the total guarantees. More on Dallas Cowboys OL Tyler Smith's projected contract. Chakravarti has Smith projected to sign a 4-year contract extension worth $85 million with $53 million of that guaranteed. The Cowboys aren't afraid to dole out larger signing bonuses, although I'm not sure that one for Smith would break the market over Nelson's $31 million bonus, Chakravarti added. The good news for Dallas is that they can spread the cap hit over 6 possible years, given that Smith would have the 2 years on his rookie deal remaining, plus the 4 extension years on his overall deal. The 6'6", 332-pound Smith was drafted in the first round, 24th overall, by the Cowboys in 2022 after a standout career at Tulsa. He started all 17 games as a rookie, 16 at left tackle and 1 at left guard, with his performance earning him a spot on the PFWA All-Rookie team. In his second season, he moved to left guard full-time and continued to impress, starting 14 games. He got his first Pro Bowl nod that year and also earned second-team All-Pro honors. In 2024, he went to another Pro Bowl, becoming one of only 3 NFL guards to make 2 Pro Bowls before turning 24. His versatility and durability are among his most admirable traits. He played 1,022 snaps at LT as a rookie and over 940 snaps at LG in each of the past 2 seasons, numbers via PFF. Widely regarded as the Cowboys' best O-lineman and one of the best guards in the league, Smith will very likely be paid as such. The Cowboys showed their belief in Smith by exercising his 5th-year option, ensuring he makes $23.40 million in 2025. That'll lock him down for at least another year and give them time to work out a new deal. Smith will be expected to show leadership in 2025 and beyond. Heading into 2025, with the retirements of franchise stalwarts Tyron Smith and Zach Martin, Smith has pretty much been anointed the heir apparent. As a foundational piece on the interior, it'll be up to him to lead by example. It's extremely important that we all rise to the occasion, Smith said on June 2nd about this upcoming season via the team's official website. As everybody can see, this is an extremely competitive division with great offensive and defensive lines. We understand that. I think it's going to start and end with us when it comes to the success of this football team. Smith allowed just 17 total pressures in 608 pass block snaps in 2023 and 22 pressures in 682 pass block snaps last year. Even with Parsons also needing a new deal, Dallas is going to want to secure Smith's services for a while. You can bet owner Jerry Jones and company are already working on a new deal. The Dallas Cowboys have been burdened by injuries to key stars over the past several seasons, and one player the team is eagerly hoping to see return to full form is ball-hawking cornerback Trayvon Diggs. But there are some obstacles here. Diggs' injury struggles began in 2023 when he suffered a torn ACL during a Week 3 practice, forcing him to undergo surgery and miss the remainder of the season. His return in 2024 initially looked promising as he performed at a high level and showed flashes of his Pro Bowl form. But his comeback was cut short once again after Week 14, when a cartilage injury in the same knee sidelined him for the rest of the year. In January 2025, Diggs underwent a chondral tissue graft procedure to repair the damaged cartilage in his left knee. The recovery timeline was, and is, significant. Cowboys Country.com has reported that he will miss training camp and possibly the start of the regular season. Diggs himself has said he is targeting Week 1 as his comeback date. Adding to the uncertainty, Diggs did not participate fully in the Cowboys' offseason program as he chose to continue some of his rehabbing in Miami, a decision that privately rankled some folks inside the Star, per our Mike Fisher. Despite the absence, the Cowboys remain optimistic. Coach Brian Schottenheimer recently provided an update, stating, "It's going good. All signs are positive." Now, the key questions become, when will Trayvon Diggs return? And what should the expectations be for his role in the Cowboys' defensive backfield in 2025? A return for Week 1 against the Eagles? Maybe. However, he is currently listed on the active/physically unable to perform (PUP) list as he continues his recovery. If he remains on the list through the first regular season game, he will be required to miss the first 4 games, making his earliest possible return Week 5 against the Jets on October 5th. Are there other options? Our Cowboys insider Mike Fisher, the savings from cutting him, which changes next spring, don't outweigh the value of having him. A trade? Why would a team want to take him on now? That leaves one thing: hope. That's it. When Trayvon does return, some may expect him to carry most of the workload, but that might not be the case. Despite losing cornerback Jordan Lewis to the Jacksonville Jaguars, the defensive backfield remains strong enough, if not yet deep enough with proven bodies. Darren Bland has emerged as a star over the past 3 seasons, earning a first-team All-Pro selection and setting an NFL record for most interceptions returned for a touchdown in a single season in 2023. The Cowboys are expecting a few young players on the back end to step up and make an impact in 2025. Rookie Siobhan Revel Jr., a third-round pick out of East Carolina, has generated some preseason buzz as a potential fill-in for Diggs during his absence. Meanwhile, Kalen Carson, entering his sophomore season, is looking to bounce back after a challenging rookie year. The coaching staff is expecting big improvements from him as he's also being relied upon to help stabilize the secondary. While it remains uncertain whether Diggs will return before the season opener or sometime mid-season, the 2-time Pro Bowler is expected to play a significant role upon his return, not only as a major contributor on the field but also as a mentor to the younger talent in the Cowboys' defensive backfield. And waiting for that is the best hope Dallas has. Former Pittsburgh Steelers running back Najee Harris was named as a Los Angeles Chargers trade candidate already. Things don't appear to be going very well for former Pittsburgh Steelers running back Najee Harris, who was recently labeled a pre-training camp trade candidate after just signing with the Los Angeles Chargers in free agency. When Harris first inked a 1-year deal with the Chargers, it felt like the perfect landing spot. After all, Los Angeles needed a new RB1, and head coach Jim Harbaugh loves to run the football. Everything was set up for Harris to have a big season ahead of another test of the free agent market in 2026. Until the NFL draft, Harris is on a 1-year deal and may not be viewed as a long-term piece for LA, Bleacher Report analyst Christopher Knox wrote on June 21st after identifying Harris as an early trade candidate. The Chargers also drafted Amarian Hampton with the number 22 overall pick in April, and the North Carolina product might walk into an every-down role. Knox did acknowledge that Jim Harbaugh loves to lean on the ground game, and he'd probably rather have too much backfield depth than too little, but he still wasn't convinced Harris's place in Los Angeles is totally safe. Teams in need of running back help would at least be wise to call about Harris's availability, Knox argued. While he was never a high-level starter with the Pittsburgh Steelers, he was a dependable high-volume back who topped 1,000 rushing yards in all 4 campaigns. The oddest part of this early trade speculation was what came next. NFL writer suggests Cowboys and Steelers as potential trade fits for Najee Harris. As Knox continued discussing Harris as a possible trade candidate, he named 2 landing spots that he deemed to be potential suitors. And the Steelers were actually one of them, along with the Dallas Cowboys, which makes more sense than a Pittsburgh reunion. Dallas should consider adding Harris as a high-floor option in its backfield, Knox wrote, adding, the Steelers may actually want to consider bringing back the 27-year-old now that they have their quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. Pittsburgh signed Kenneth Gainwell, drafted Caleb Johnson, and is preparing to give Jaylen Warren a bigger workload, he continued. However, it's also admitted losing Harris will impact its backfield plan. Knox concluded that supporting Rodgers with a good ground game should be high on Pittsburgh's to-do list, and bringing back Harris could help accomplish that. Najee-Harris reunion is unlikely considering he badmouthed Steelers upon leaving. Forget for a moment that the Chargers trading Harris months after signing him is unlikely. And forget that the Steelers spent a third-round pick on Johnson, his long-term replacement. Even if all that did not matter in Pittsburgh's eyes, a Harris reunion is still probably not happening. Shortly after joining the Chargers, Harris badmouthed the Steelers' facilities and the lack of offensive identity after Ben Roethlisberger. So, the longtime playmaker didn't exactly leave Pittsburgh gracefully. Who knows if the seemingly bitter behavior stemmed from the Steelers not offering what he felt he was worth, or if Harris simply took leaving town as an opportunity to get some things off his chest. Either way, Pittsburgh has certainly moved on from Harris, bringing in Johnson and Gainwell. Don't expect this unfounded Steelers trade idea to come to fruition.